which is always my mantra, right? I'm always talking about advanced bookings because I think that's the best way to save money. That's what I call Aloha Spirit. It's a world championship. It's 32 miles to cross the channel from Molokai to this part of Oahu on the east side. Aloha and welcome to another edition of the Hawaii Vacation Connection. My name is Bruce Fisher. This is our 468th podcast for July 22nd, 2011. So glad you're here. We got a lot of ground to cover. We'll be answering podcasts and Facebook listener questions today, as we do every Friday. And if you have a question, please get it to me and we'll answer it right here on the big show. As you can see, another gorgeous day in Hawaii. If you're going to be here in the next couple of days, you're going to have perfect Hawaiian weather. For July 22nd, 2011, here we go. And we've got lots of questions, so let's get right to it. We got a first question, and it's coming in from Bob. He's a Facebook user, and he wants to know which island was used for Jurassic Park movies and also the Fantasy Island show. Well, that is an easy question. That was done at Kualoa Ranch. You'll find a lot of remnants still there from Jurassic Park, and when you do the movie tour there, you can actually see the big footprints in the in the land there. You know, they have these giant dinosaur feet, if that's what you call them. So that is the answer to your question. Thank you, Bob. By the way, if we answer your question on the show, we'll send you out a big bag of macadamia nut Hershey Kisses. These are only made in Hawaii. They're delicious. And we'll send you out a bag of those. So congratulations to Bob. You've won those Hershey Kisses. Next question comes in from Ron Brown. And he says, he's asking, on the Pride of America, are there any formal nights while dining? Very good question. You know, the ship he's talking about is the Pride of America. That's the 7-day sail that leaves from Honolulu. And they have an interesting concept at NCL. They have this freestyle cruising concept, which means that you can eat whenever you want, you can dress however you want, and, you know, it's not so rigid in the way you do things on the ship. And most cruise ships have what they call a formal night, where you have to get all dressed up. You got to put on a tuxedo, and you got to, you know, look the part, you know, and you have to go to it. And like for me, a guy like me, I don't even have a tie, really. I think I've got one here somewhere. I don't really like to dress up formal, and I wouldn't really want to do something like that. So I would really, in fact, we just did a cruise last year, and we didn't go to the formal night because I'm just not into that kind of thing. But on the NCL cruise ship, they have an optional formal night. So if you want to do it, you can. And this is what I like about the NCL cruise in Hawaii, is that it is so informal. You can dress however you want. You can eat whenever you want. And it's a little more laid back and relaxed. So yes, you can do it if you want to. So you can bring your tuxedo and do the dress-up thing if you want on the NCL Pride of America. That's that 7-day sail. By the way, it leaves every Saturday. We got some great pricing for next year. I saw some pricing for $9.99 a person, starting at $9.99 a person, like for a couple of the beginning months of next year already. So please get in touch with us if you're interested in that. 1-800-843-8771. Got another question here from Robert, and he wants to know, what are the most useful sayings that he should learn if he's going to be visiting the islands here? Well, that's a good question, because it takes some effort when you hear the Hawaiian language spoken here in the islands. And it's very common to encounter individual Hawaiian words that are kind of incorporated into the daily lexicon here, and certain words have become very common for me that I just do it automatically. Like one is pow. I'm always saying pow when I'm done. Pow means finished. And there are other words that are like that as well. It's interesting to note that you don't need to really know Hawaiian here. In fact, there's only like some 9,000 residents who actually speak Hawaiian. Isn't that a shame? I mean, the Hawaiian language is such a beautiful language, and you would think it'd be spoken more here, but it really isn't, and it's nothing that you really have to worry about. A lot of the place names and streets are required to be Hawaiian, so you will encounter that, and you may find them completely unpronounceable, some of these words. Like, for instance, we live out here, that street right out here behind us is called Kalanianaole Highway. Now, it sounds like it's really hard to pronounce, but if you break it down into shorter shorter words, you can kind of break it down like Kalanianaole. So you break it down, and it's a little bit easier to say. And it takes a little bit of effort, but in general, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, there's places that, like Ka'ava up on the North Shore, which can be confusing. And there's others that are going to be difficult too. But we have regular sounding street names too, like University Avenue. It's hard to mispronounce that. But in general, you won't have to worry about that. Of course, you'll hear the common words that you should be aware of. Mahalo, meaning thank you. A lot of times we refer to things east and west, Mauka and Makai. Mauka meaning towards the mountain. I always remember Mauka because it's mountain, M-A-U, mountain. So right here would be Mauka, Makai being the ocean. So that's one thing that you'll hear of. You'll also hear Aina. People referring to Aina. Aina usually means a Hawaii resident. Malahini, you'll hear that maybe. I don't know if you hear Malahini that much. What do you think, guys? You don't really hear that as much. Malahini, but it means that you're a visitor to the islands. When you go to the bathroom, sometimes you won't see, boys and girls or men and women. You might see wahine and kane. Wahine meaning woman, kane meaning man. That might be something. And you also should be aware of the shaka. You see me doing the shaka a lot. You see others doing this shaka. It means hang loose, and that's something you should know. But don't overdo it with the Hawaii, with the mahalos and the alohas. It can get a little bit too much. People may take it as being disingenuous, so be careful of that. A lot of times you'll see folks doing a flower lei, a lei. People have asked me, what is a lei? A lei is kind of a necklace, a flower necklace that you put around, your neck. And you might see, it's really kind of a symbol of friendship and love. A lot of times we give lei for special occasions or when people come to the airport. You may be getting a lei greeting. Also, a flower worn behind the left ear means you're taken. So if you see a woman with a flower in the left ear, that means that she's taken. So be careful. And the right ear means that you're available if you're a woman. There's many, many, many words that you might want to be aware of. Those are just some. What are some of the other ones? I mean, I like I said, pal. There's several other words. In fact, I'll put a list of some of those words up on our Facebook page and also on the podcast page when I upload this podcast. So those are some that might help you out. Hopefully that helps you out. If you have any other questions about this, just give me a holler and I'll be happy to answer you personally. There's somebody in the live chat saying Humuhu Nuku Nuku Apuaha. That is this Hawaiian state fish. You'll be hearing that probably when you come here. And any others in the live chat that I'm missing that I should be saying? Aloha, obviously. Aloha is a greeting. Hello usually means love, it means peace, it means many, many things, the word aloha. So hopefully that helps you out. Got another question here from Amy King. We get a lot of questions about luau's, and she's asking, what is a authentic luau? And that's kind of a tough question, because a Hawaiian luau, a real traditional Hawaiian luau, is something that I don't think you really get that when you go to these luau's that you find here in Hawaii. A luau very often is a family thing. It's like a extended family thing that happens. A lot of times they do a baby luau. This is when, the first birthday of a baby, they do a luau. And usually it's a celebration where, and the luau's I've been to that are real authentic are local luau's. And it's more of an atmosphere of real family enjoyment. A lot of times members of the family will get up and perform. There'll be a lot of joke telling. There'll be a lot of sharing of food. And the traditional Hawaiian foods you'll find at these luau's. I think the luau's that they do here are pretty good at handling the food stuff. But like a traditional luau that I go to here, they don't do like demonstrations. You don't learn how to do lei making or do tattooing and stuff like that at a real luau. So traditional luau's has sort of become, I don't know how to explain it, but they've become commercialized here in a way. the luau's, I think. But they are nevertheless, I think, something you should do, because there are some luau's that I think that do a really great job. For instance, the luau at the Old Lahaina Luau on Maui. I think that's a great luau, because I think they do a good job of really covering the history. They do a traditional Hawaiian luau, so it's not a Tahitian luau. A lot of times there's Tahitian luau's, and there's the luau's that are more geared towards explaining the Hawaii, the Hawaiian story and the people to you. So that's really the big difference between like a Tahitian luau and the traditional luau's that we see here. You know what? I'm going to do a whole piece on this, because we're getting this a lot, and we're going to explain the differences to you, and I'll do that on the podcast page as well. So be looking for that. Hopefully that doesn't confuse you too much about the luau's. Now's the time in our show where we like to talk about packages that have been booked in the last 24 to 48 hours. So if you're planning a trip to Hawaii, this kind of gives you an idea of costs. Let me do this. So the first package is for 3 people traveling from Chicago, coming to Honolulu. They're going to be staying out at the Turtle Bay Resort up on the North Shore. They've got an ocean view room there. They're going to be leaving August 10th to the 17th. Total package price on that, $4,811 for 3 people, 1 week, coming in August. It's kind of a last-minute trip, and they've got a great deal here considering the short notice on this trip. August is still pretty good, but when you're booking this close in, it's going to be hard to find really, really cheap airfare, but we got them a great deal anyway. Congratulations to the Borges family, Marcos, Andrienne, and Stephanie. Actually, it's 4 people. 4 people, not 3 people. Stephanie and Marcos, you're going to have a great time in Hawaii. Congratulations also to Isabel over at Extension 37. She's the agent that put that one together. Next package is for 2 people traveling August 27th to September 2nd. Coming in from also Chicago. A lot of people from Chicago this time. Staying at the Outrigger Waikiki on the beach on Oahu. They've got an ocean view room. They've got the 3rd night free. Also the breakfast for 2. It includes a lay greeting and transfer. And the total package price on that, $27.92. Very good price. Excellent package. Congratulations to the Dabneys, Lamont and Phyllis. You're going to have a wonderful time in Hawaii. We do appreciate your business. And congratulations to Kalei. She's over at Extension 31. She's the agent that put that one together. Well, that's going to wrap it up. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in next Tuesday. We do our regular podcast. That's not broadcast live. You can catch that on our podcast page, hawaii-aloha.com/podcast. In the meantime, keep in touch with us on our blogs and all of the content that we produce for you every day. For my beautiful wife, Yaling, for all of us here at Hawaii Aloha Travel, we'll say aloha and mahalo.